So just make sure y'all stay in there now.
Okay. Come over.
Yeah, come over a little bit. Yeah, because I'm definitely in there. And I'll just be talking.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it's very natural.
Okay.
We're just having a conversation.
Sounds good.
But I'll introduce you, Jordan
That
Sproul.
Florida State.
What I'm thinking is creator, entrepreneur. What else you want me to say?
I guess that's it.
No, tell me now. What?
Content creator,
Yeah, content
entrepreneur,
creator, entrepreneur.
and yeah,
Okay.
that sums it up.
Okay.
I don't want to advertise Florida State.
Oh, okay.
I do, but I know
not
y'all don't
today.
want to
Not
advertise.
today.
Y'all don't want to advertise it. I always want to advertise Florida State.
My big brother there. He's as he calls it, play big brother, and I'm his bonus sister.
That's right.
But I
That's right.
met him when I was 20.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the military. So I'll tell you the story, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks good. Anytime y'all get ready.
So you've already hit it?
I hit it on both of them.
Okay.
Y'all just give me an hour.
Mhm.
We'll do the
The split.
do y'all thing.
All right. Welcome to Building Your Capacity with Reverend Dr. MLK Raven. I am so excited today because I get to talk to Jordan Sproul. She is a content creator, an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, because she has a lot of things going on. And she is an amazing talent who has poured into a lot of people and is doing her thing here in Charleston, South Carolina. So I want to introduce you to Jordan Sproul.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So excited. So you are from Charleston.
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Yes.
Okay.
My family is in Rock Hill, but I call this home. I've been here since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
This is home for me.
Okay, cool. And so after high school, what high school did you graduate from?
Somerville High School.
Somerville. Oh, the way you say it. Wait a minute. Somerville. Okay.
I was the Lady Greenwave. Okay.
Okay, tell me about Somerville. Okay, what's about Somerville?
It's funny because my fiance went to Fort Dorchester High School, which I went to in the beginning.
Okay.
I wanted to take basketball a little more serious, and I noticed that Somerville was the place to do that. That was going to get me to play in college. That was my goal.
All right.
To play in college.
Okay.
So with this basketball mindset, I transferred to Somerville, but I became I got into pageants. But somehow I was good at basketball there, but I fell into pageants, became Miss Greenwave, and
okay, so you are serious,
no,
Miss Greenwave.
Literally, Miss Greenwave.
Okay, I got it. And so you graduated wanting to play basketball on the college level.
Yes.
And I met you at Columbia International University,
Correct.
CIU in Columbia. So tell us about that transition from high school to college.
Yes. So first, before I went to CIU, I got a scholarship. Well, got accepted into North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
Things didn't work out. It was a little far from home, and I was missing basketball. I didn't get to go for basketball like I planned. I was just going to be a regular student.
Okay.
Financially, I talked with my family, and it was just smart for me to move to Columbia because I had a full scholarship offer there to play basketball. And so just for you all out there, you might want to get away so quickly, but now that I'm older and wiser, I know that go where you can for financial purposes, whatever is best for you. And so that's how I ended up at Columbia International University. I didn't know that I would even stay there for seminary and all of that, but it all worked out, and I'm so happy I went.
Yeah. That's exciting. So you did play basketball there at CIU. The program was just starting. It hadn't been started. Okay.
When I got there, it was about 4 to 5 years old.
Yeah.
So very new. And I started playing.
Yeah.
And
became captain.
Became captain.
Yeah.
I still hold the record for most points in CIU women's basketball history.
Still, okay. I got it. I got it.
Toot my own horn a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
That's just fun. So I played there. Was gonna take a year off, and I decided to still continue to play throughout grad school.
Yeah, because you played in grad school. Yeah,
and so that was fun.
So tell me something that you learned from playing college sports.
Yeah, so growing up my whole life, I felt like basketball was just for the sports, you know, for the competitiveness, and if you were good, you played. If you weren't, you didn't. And so I was good, so I decided to play, and it's kind of in my family.
Sure.
And then until I got to CIU, I had a coach, Coach Temple Elmore. She told me that I remember feeling like, I don't know if I like this anymore. It's not fun for me anymore. I love more so the ministry aspect of it. That's why I was captain. I loved mentoring young girls and being that type of leader on the team. And she said the thing that's going to allow you to continue to play and still love it is understanding that it's more than the sport, it's a ministry. And so that's what it was for me. I started noticing that basketball is not just about playing, but what is it teaching you? And so it reminds me of that scripture that talks about like like you tell your body what to do, or you view your body as a slave or something like that. I think it was Paul that said something about just like you train your body to continue to run the course, run the race. And that's kind of what was over me as I played in college.
Okay. Awesome. So then you finished undergrad, and you said you got your master's?
Yes.
In what?
Ministry studies.
In ministry studies. Okay. So you were doing all this. I know you love basketball, but what was your childhood dream? What did you want to do? And is that still your dream? So say what your dream is, and then tell us, has it changed a bit, or
it's interesting. I'm 25, so you may not hear a lot of 25-year-olds say this, but honestly, I found the other day a journal, or my second grade teacher had us write a book together as a class. And in the book, I said, hello, my name is Jordan. I have brown eyes. I love to cook with my mom. And when I grow up, I want to pray for people.
Is that what you said?
It's in my house right now. I put that in the book. And I said, I want to pray and help people. And in any avenue that I do, that's literally what I want to do in all aspects. I don't care if I'm at a museum that I am now, if I'm playing basketball, if I'm traveling, that is what I want to do in all areas. Now, I love to do that through platforms as far as entertainment. That's just my thing, whether it's writing a book, whether it's having a podcast, making a TV show. Like I love, again, I did pageants. I just love the stage, the entertainment about life. I do, just putting on a show. That's been what I've been doing since I was a girl. And so I just, in all aspects, pray and help people. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I love that. And so really from that second grade note there, you are fulfilling that. So
I am.
So you graduated in what year?
2016.
Okay.
Or 2019.
2019.
From undergrad and 2021 from grad school.
Okay. And so once you completed grad school, or right before, you were thinking, okay, what am I going to do next?
Yes.
And so tell us about that journey. And I'm asking you that because so many people, they will get a degree, and then they're like, well, I really don't know what I'm going to do or what path I'm going to take. So what was your journey?
Yeah, so I think growing up, I was raised by a single mother. I had a lot of help from my grandparents and things like that. And so with that, I don't know if many of you can relate, but you kind of have this like complex of I have to be successful in everything I do. I have to be successful. I have to know what I'm doing. I have to beat the odds. That was where my mind was
because the idea is if you come from a single family home, there's some type of limitation.
Correct. And so I couldn't be that. I couldn't be the statistic.
No.
So I had to find out, what am I going to do? that started to bring on a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure that no one else was putting on myself but myself.
Right.
Honestly, I just had to be the it girl in my family, make a difference. And so I struggled with that. And I remember one day the Lord telling me, focus on the now. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
And so in college, I would have these like community meetups when things were, I would have Bible studies. I remember when the social justice with George Floyd was happening and the protests and things, I would have community meetups where we would just dialogue about it and talk about it with one another and share our perspectives. And that's how kind of my podcast came about, is because I couldn't think about, I hope one day I get this huge platform where I get to talk and interview people like Oprah and news. I couldn't think that far out.
Yeah.
God was telling me, what can you do now?
Yeah.
And that's why I started my podcast, to kind of have that discussion now. And that's where kind of led me to different areas in life of just creating space for people to talk and share and commune together. That's my goal in life, honestly.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And so you moved, you graduated, and you came back home.
I came back home.
Okay.
I got the opportunity to I applied for the Gibbs Museum of Art, which is where I work now, which is an amazing art museum that sort of tells the story through art of the Southern experience here in Charleston, South Carolina. So much has happened here. This is a place of deep historical culture and not so pretty all the time. And so with me being in this position, I am privileged with the opportunity to tell that story in artistic ways, which is fun, whether it's community events, working with kids, again, it's the same thing of trying to help people, trying to give them the platform to tell their stories. That's what I do every day.
Yeah. So I love that, because you mentioned there's some of the bad, and then there's some excellent and wonderful things. And in society now, there's all of these discussions about not talking about the bad because you're making people feel bad.
Correct. I think we are a very sensitive society and we get offended really fast. And I think that in order for real change to come about and to acknowledge elephants in the room, we have to have these conversations. And I say all the time to even the people that I work with, don't be afraid to share the dark history of the Gibbs Museum with the people who come in here every day and give their money and want to learn more, because without acknowledging it, we're ignoring it. And so we tell those stories through healthy lenses that don't just end at this is the dark past that happened in Charleston
and leave people angry.
Correct. But we can talk about it in a way that we're progressing and we're getting better, but we have to acknowledge it. That's key. Yeah,
because it really a lot of the stress and a lot of the trauma and a lot of the anger it results from people not being heard. They don't feel like they've been heard.
Correct. Yeah. Hearing people is key to moving forward.
Yeah. So tell us a bit more about the Gibbs Museum. What kind of stuff do you see there?
You will see portraiture. You will see different artists. For example, Edwin Harleston. We recently did an HBCU showcase for artists that attend HBCUs or are recent graduates of HBCUs to be able to display their work in our museum for a certain amount of time.
And HBCUs are historically
Black colleges.
Just in case someone doesn't know it. Yeah.
And so they were able to send their work in, and I selected some really phenomenal artists from these HBCUs to showcase their work in our museum. The reason we called it Edwin Harleston is because he was the first Black artist that was a part of the Charleston chapter of the NAACP. And he was refused the right to display his art within Southern museums. So now that we have the Gibbs, a way of moving forward is saying, because of the contributions of Edwin Harleston, we're going to allow HBCU students to showcase in our museum. That's what you call talking about the difficult things of the Gibbs, but also moving forward with saying now we're progressing.
And so that okay, this is history, and look how we can change history and how history has changed. That's wonderful. That is awesome. So I want to get a little bit personal, because there's so many girls, and that I work with a lot of young ladies that struggle with relationships and all of that kind of stuff. But you have a relationship with your with your high school sweetheart, right?
Yes, I do.
Right.
His name is Mike Brown.
Yeah.
He is pretty known around here, more than I am. He does
gotcha.
music and great guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How was it transitioning from even from student to working adult, and then girlfriend to life partner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I didn't come from seeing lots of healthy relationships.
Right.
I just didn't see that. He came from a 2-parent household.
Mm-hmm.
Meshing that together with even how he can learn to be better than what he's seen, how I can learn to be better than what I've seen, has been a journey.
Yeah.
And it's honestly taken a lot of Christian guidance. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I am a firm believer that you have to be specific to the people that you choose to listen to and take advice from.
Yeah.
And now that I am in a committed relationship, I am even careful about who I give relationship advice to, because that may not be my journey and my story. And I think we should all be aware of just like what we feed ourselves. Right. Because even some Christians may not give you the best advice, but I think you should really ask the Lord to send you people that will help you in your journey, because I don't think we're meant to do it alone. Right. I will say that. And so I noticed that we are the healthiest in our relationships when we're together deciding the messages we listen to, who we talk to about our relationship with. Right. We're private in many areas, but
you don't put it all out on Facebook. Oh, we had an argument tonight.
For sure. We're just allowing God to help us with our spirit of discernment has been key. And we have been together since we were 14 years old. We're about to be 26 soon. Okay. I am not my 14-year-old self. He is not his 14-year-old self now.
A little different.
You can think, oh my gosh, his goal is to be with somebody for 10, 11 years, but that they will not be the same person that you met.
You continue to grow.
You continue to grow. And it's a beautiful process. Yeah. And there's some highs and some lows within that, because you're a kid at 14. Yeah. You literally don't know anything about life. And now you're 26, you're like, hold on, I'm an adult and I got things to do and I have a legacy to grow. Yes. Yeah. So I would just say, be careful of who you listen to. Like, go to the Lord for all things and just be patient and enjoy it. Yeah. Really enjoy it.
Yeah. Enjoy every day.
Yes. Right. Every day.
And then you have a beautiful, beautiful daughter. Yes. Her name.
My daughter's name is Rhythm Nicole.
Yeah.
She is.
Your face just lights up.
Oh, yes.
When you say it. Yeah.
I didn't. All my cousins are boys, little boys. So I was like, when I have kids, I know I'm going to have boys, because I'm meant to. I play basketball. I'm meant to be a boy mom. I'm this. I had a sweet little baby girl, and I'm just like, she's so precious. Yeah, she really is.
That is so cool. That is so cool. So we've talked a little bit about the gifts, but there's some other things that you're engaged in. Yeah. So let's talk about one. You mentioned a little bit the podcast.
Yes.
What is the name of the podcast? What's the point behind it? You said it a little bit, but I want to expand that a little bit more so people can understand more about it.
Yes. So I started my podcast in college called Reality Tunnel Vision. Okay. The reason that I've named it that is because it's a play on the words reality television. We are a generation who we're influenced by everything we see. We take it. We hear advice from other people. We take it in as our own. We see the drama. We're just like engorged in the drama of it all on reality television. We just love that. And so I personally don't think that just because you see something or because it's a trend or it's popular that you have to live your life like that. Right. Everyone is different. And that's how I kind of grew up. And so I wanted to do reality tunnel vision to tunnel vision. Okay. To sort of have tunnel vision on your own life and to hone in on what you have going on and not be influenced by this reality television phase that we're in right now.
I got it.
Now it's reality tunnel vision. And it's like a journey that you go through yourself. And so on that podcast, I address these topics, and I always say I'm the person who bears the unpopular opinions, because a lot of things that I say, a lot of people my age or even older than me won't agree with. And that's okay, because I'm not a trendy person. I don't think we should just hop on trends and it's cool because everybody's saying it. Like, I don't agree with that. Like I said, I feel like you should discern the voice of the Lord yourself, and whatever he tells you may not be what he tells the next person. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Have that tunnel vision for you. And so that's where my podcast came about.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
And so tell me what the challenges were with starting this. What, at least one of the challenges.
One of the challenges, I would say when people have these very successful podcasts, they have a team, I feel like, that helps them come up with the topics and the background and the editing it was just so difficult being a college student and doing that.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, I really feel the pull to not be so caught up in the glamour of it all and the perfection of it all, but to just speak from where it originally started from. It just came from
real.
Speaking, being real. You don't have to look like everyone else's podcast.
Right.
You can literally be yourself. And so that's what I'm learning now. It was just challenging trying to keep up with the Joneses and look like someone else's successful podcast who has thousands of subscribers. It's like, no, if one person is changed by my one episode, then that's okay.
Yeah, that's transformation.
Yes,
that's worth it.
seriously,
That's worth it. So exciting. Okay, so reality tunnel vision.
Reality tunnel vision.
Yeah, we'll be looking for more of that, and me personally, looking forward to having it as a television show on the new network. I love that.
Thank you.
Love and legacy, by the way. So you've done that, and you've created that, and you're going to reboot it in a little bit.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Now that the baby's getting older and I'm settled in my job, I think it's important that we continue talking about it. It's going to look a little different. The way you saw me before on reality tunnel vision was a certain way, but now I'm real and raw and all open. I don't care about it. I am just going to be myself because that's what matters.
It is.
I'm not going to care about every minor detail. I'm just going to speak from the heart, and that's what's going to be more genuine.
And that's what affects people.
Yes.
People want a genuine, real, deep connection.
Yes.
And we're going to go to a side story right now, because I remember having a conversation with you in Kenya, similar to this, about reality and about speaking your heart and that sort of thing. So we were in Kenya on
it was like a mission trip of 2 weeks.
A 2-week mission trip. And so you remember it,
yes,
right?
Right? Changed my life.
Yeah. So what about it do you remember? What impacted you from being in another culture, being outside of what was familiar, stepping out of it just a little bit?
Well, anytime you go overseas and you step away from what you've been doing on a normal basis, it seems like you're able to just hone in on your life, and everything just kind of comes at you in a way that you may have missed some things being home.
Right.
And the routine of it all is just kind of, you just go and you don't get time to think and really evaluate your own life. And so being there away from my phone, being up at different times than everyone else back home, just allowed me to step away from the routine of it all. And I remember just being immersed in the culture there because they literally depend on God for everything. Like everything. I mean, we went to church and they said, we need $20,000 to put windows up, but we're just going to pray.
Yeah, we're going to pray.
For us, who has these resources to get $20,000 in a month or so, we stress about it.
Right. We
spend that month stressing. For someone who doesn't know if they're going to ever see those windows in that church, they're praying about it and they're happy and content. And I think I was like, wow, I have nothing to complain about. And not that we weren't in the lower slum parts of Kenya. We were in beautiful parts, yet they were still like, all that we have is from God. And we're just gonna pray. And it was so impactful for me. That's so awesome. So let's go back to the future again, or to the present. We'll talk about the future in a minute, but to the present. So you have the podcast that you're gonna redo and reboot. And I'm so excited about that. But you're involved in some other stuff as well. So to share something else that you're engaged in. Yes. So my fiance and I are about to launch a show called To Go Plate, where we highlight at-home chefs in the Charleston area.
Wonderful.
Eventually it will travel. But he is a very great cook.
Mhm.
I hit the jackpot with that one because you hear about like, oh, I gotta go into my marriage cooking and being that type
Are we
of
gonna
wife.
starve?
And I'm like, listen, I don't mind ordering some pizza some days and calling it a day, microwaving something.
Right.
But he is like, no, we're cooking things from scratch. We're doing this. And so I was like, we need to put use to this because this is not like he posts the food he makes.
Takes
and I'm
pictures
like,
and all.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm like, his mom is great. His whole family is just a family of cooks.
Mhm.
And I every time if you even may know, if you go to someone's house and the food is really good, they say, you want to take something to go? Sure, I'll take a to-go plate.
Yeah.
And that's the concept
Okay.
of to-go plate, to go
Okay.
to their homes
Mhm.
and see them cook. They don't have restaurants.
Mhm.
They don't have these, fancy followings. At the same time, they're the best cooks.
Because you want a to-go plate. Because you don't always ask for to-go plate.
For sure.
Because some
For
people,
sure.
it's like, okay.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So we'll take the food. We'll go to their house. See them cook, talk, have some games in between, some trivia.
Uh-huh.
We'll have some small little games as far as like guess this sauce, make a recipe with 3 ingredients. Just fun, engaging things as they cook.
I love
then
that.
we'll take the to-go plate home,
Mhm.
talk about it, and dialogue at the end of each episode, just about relevant topics. And
I love it.
So it's gonna be fun.
That is going to be so exciting. So what is the favorite dish that he cooks for you? What is
For me? Oh my goodness, there's so many. I would say he makes the best. He makes what is it? It's like a chicken. What is it called? I can't think of the fancy name of it.
That's okay.
Chicken
What is
BLT. It's okay. It's chicken on a club sandwich. So it's like chicken, or grilled chicken, bacon. It's like a BLT.
Okay.
With like this special sriracha sauce.
Ah.
Chicken bacon ranch. That's what we call it.
Okay.
Yes,
Chicken bacon ranch.
sandwich from scratch. It's so good.
Oh wow.
Toast the bread, everything homemade,
Nice.
potato fries.
Oh.
He's fancy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you get to enjoy that. That's really awesome. That's really cool. So I love the fact that both of you all are wonderful content creators.
Mm-hmm.
You love that, and so you all are doing that together. I saw something. I think it was in December of last year. There was some event that you all put on. What
Yes.
Reframe.
This was through the Gibbs Museum.
Okay.
We wanted to do more outreach at our museum,
Mhm.
but I was telling them we really can't expect people from different demographics to come into the museum and just enjoy it. We have to get out and go. And so
Yeah.
I said, you know what? We're going to go to a middle of a park somewhere, have live music in the middle of the park, surround the music with easels and canvases and paint and materials, so that the community can paint and be influenced by the music that they hear.
I love it.
So I thought about the best entertainer I knew, which happened to be Mike Brown. to be the musician there. And we had an artist come out to just demonstrate live action painting. And it was so much fun. It really was.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. So do you plan to do other things like that in the community?
We plan to do it annually, and honestly, maybe multiple times a year moving forward, because people really enjoyed it.
That has to be a stress reliever.
Yeah, it is. Just to get out, and you don't have to pay for it.
Okay.
You just come out and grab things and just create.
Oh, wow.
Creating frees the mind so much. You could literally see people coming in, walking up like, I don't know what to do. And as soon as they started creating and vibing to the music, it just was like something just poured out of them. And a free event like that for community and to associate the Gibbs with that it's what's needed.
That's wonderful. And I can see that connection. What came to mind is with refugees in Turkey, actually, as they escaped from, they were able to get to safety in Turkey. They had art therapy. Yes. And so I would see them just draw. I mean, and you could literally, just like you said, see the stress just like.
Yes,
yeah,
I had no
wonderful.
idea that art was going to be in my future. Like art, I'm not a visual. I love taking it in, but as far as just like every day doing visual arts, that's not my thing. So to be at the museum, I'm in the education department because that's my background. But I like I love the aspect of giving these people a platform to show what art does for the community. That's what I love to do. So,
yeah, that is awesome. So Reframed, and you're going to do that several different times,
Yes.
and that's awesome. What else? Because you're a serial.
Yeah.
You and Mike.
I'm on the road to EGOT status.
EGOT status. Yeah. So you're a serial entrepreneur. What else is going on?
Okay, so we have the cookie show, we have the podcast. And then we are doing a musical called The Hip Hop Grinch.
The Hip Hop Grinch. Okay.
It is coming. It's in December.
Okay.
We are actually done writing. All the music is originally written by Mike Brown. We've written and directed everything, casted. We're going to have dancers. The concept of the Hip Hop Grinch came because Mike loves the
Grinch?
movie, The Grinch.
Okay.
The Jim Carrey version of The Grinch. Like, I mean, we'll watch it every day, grew up on it. He loves it more than I do.
Okay.
One day I was on the phone with him and he was writing a Christmas kind of like a few short Christmas songs just to put out during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And something clicked in my mind and said, we should do a musical where you're the Grinch.
Oh, wow.
And from there, we're retelling the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas and why he hates Christmas so much.
Okay.
We're doing it through the lens of him as the bad guy, but really he's just hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt by the phoniness of it all. Like Christmas is not about the gifts and the money and the lights and the show, but it's really it's about the presence of Jesus. You know?
Yeah.
So we're telling that story through hip hop music, through dance.
Love that.
It's gonna be like full of our culture with afros and braids and music. Think about the Wiz, but the Christmas version of the Wiz.
Okay, I got it.
That's the direction we're headed in. So
that is so awesome.
Excited.
So that'll be this.
That'll be here in Charleston in December. The first week of December, we're gonna do about 3 to 4 shows.
Yeah.
Where it's family friendly. So for kids and adults, we're gonna invite some schools, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that. So it seems as if, to me, you're living your dream.
I am.
I love that. I mean, it shows all over your face, and the excitement of doing what you love.
Yes.
Because you're talented. You could have done something else. Mm-hmm. But you took the time and took the effort to say, I really want to live out my dream.
Yes.
And how important is that?
It's super important. I think that peace of mind is my main priority. Mm-hmm. I don't care how much money is thrown at me. The decision to live my life that way was honestly made when I chose seminary over something that could have a job that could have gotten me 6 figures as soon as I graduated.
Sure.
I was like, you know what? I'm staying in school because if I'm going to be in ministry in some capacity, I don't want to just get on a stage and speak, but I want to be able to have the backing to do that and to know how to really study in that. So making that decision that says, I'm going to choose peace of mind and what I love over something that can just, make me look good in the world is key. And so that's how I live my life. If I'm peaceful in my mind, if my home is peaceful, if my baby is taken care of, I am good to go.
Yeah. And we want that for so many people because you can search for this American dream and I'm going to have all this money and then you're miserable.
You're miserable
because you're not living out your purpose.
Yes.
And that's
and we
so
see
key.
it time and time again. Even, and it's sad to say, with the suicides going on, with a lot of people with designers and people with so much money, it's not the money you have, but it's really the peace of mind that's key, honestly.
Yeah. So for young people out there who are trying to figure out that okay, I think I want to do this.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem like there's a clear pathway to this. My family hasn't done this, or I don't have the background in this. And so, but I think I want to do this. What advice would you say? What would you tell them?
I would say do it. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do not think about tomorrow. What is good for you now? Yeah. I would say that. And a lot of people, again, like I say on my podcast, controversial, a lot of people would say you have to have a plan B. You have to have a plan B. I say in that moment, you don't. I personally feel that way because if I lived my life knowing that I had plan B's and plan C's, then I wouldn't give my all to plan A.
Yeah.
Honestly. And so when I decide to do something, if you have that in your heart, like choose it and choose it with force and give it your all.
Yeah.
And then if something comes up later, it doesn't mean that that was a waste of time, but it will lead you. That's what a path is. Somewhere that leads you to a destination.
Right.
You're not just going to cross the bridge. You have to walk over it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you
Thanks
so much
having
for
me.
being a guest on my show, and I'm sure that we will have you on again, and there are many great things that are happening for you and for Mike, and maybe one time we'll have Mike on the show as well.
Yes, you have to.
So again, just keep pursuing your dreams. I'm so excited for what you are pouring into the world. Oh, before we end.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that person? Because our show is building your capacity. And so you are doing so many things to build the capacity of others, doing stuff in the community and that sort of thing. But tell me one person that you'd like to highlight that has made an impact in your life, who's helped to build your capacity to be able to do these amazing things that you're doing. Tell me one person.
That has helped me, honestly. I'm going to say my coach.
Okay.
Coach Temple Elmore.
Okay.
I recently started reconnecting with her again, and it
Awesome.
just started bringing back those memories of where the little lost college student I was when I first met her.
Uh-huh.
And I would say that she does live her life with no care.
Yeah.
And no, it's honestly a life fulfilled with Jesus. And that's what I have to live by.
Yeah.
This is a crazy, crazy world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I needed to see somebody that is not moved and shaken by the things of this world, but really like their foundation is set in that.
Yeah.
And I think how I move now is has a lot to do with the example that she set.
That is so awesome.
I would say that.
That is so awesome. Well, thanks everyone for being a part of this discussion and getting to know a little bit this wonderful, wonderful young lady, Jordan Spruill. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you.
Awesome. He's not here to cut it off, but it's okay. We've sat here long enough so that the cutoff will be soon. Okay. All right. Awesome. You did great.
Thank you.
Do this here. Okay. So we are good. I'm not touching his. He can touch his own.
Okay.
Okay. You did a great
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course. This is so great.
Yeah.
You are
So-
natural.
I love it. I really do. I really love the interviews. I love talking to folks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, John. Yours is still on, but
Ours is off.
Yeah, that was off. But I love you. Got enough time? You need to go check on.
Oh no, I have some time.
Okay, cool. Because I wanted to talk to you a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was really good. I think we hit a lot of good points and.
Do you remember when we got our hair braided in Kenya?
Yeah,
And-
isn't it crazy?
And I came home and told my family, I said, yeah, I paid $25 for this.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. So